I want you to know, I'm sitting here. We're getting ready for the show. I've got the show plan up. Got the headphones on. I'm into it. I'm
He's
ready.
getting ready for the
I'm
show.
ready for showbiz. And I turn to look at my partner in crime. Headphones aren't near her. Microphone's not near her. Instead, the plate of French toast, and she's buttering it up.
Well, because I was getting ready for French Toast Friday.
Yes.
And I had to move my headphones and the mic away, so there was
For the
room
French
for my
toast.
plate.
Yes, of
and
course.
then I look over here and I was like, "Oh, are we doing this?"
Yeah.
And then I thought you meant like eating the French toast, but you meant the show.
I meant, doing,
Interesting.
our thing. So here's the deal. They actually opened up early for us. So if you want free French toast, we already have Dawn here. So the first 9 people to walk through the door, you get
Free.
yourself free French toast. And after that, what I love about all the Neaters, $5 French toast Fridays.
It's all locations, $5 on
All
Friday.
locations.
It's awesome.
But I want to sound special and say, if you come down here and you're not one of the first 9, we're going to hook you up with $5 French
Yeah,
toast.
we are. We're going to hook it up.
We'll cover the other 5. I don't know, whatever it is. So that's how we roll here on Mix. And if you want to see the Instagram of the French toast, it's up at Mix1051 Utah. Busy night. I got to tell you, I was up way past my bedtime. I realized something. I am not fun past 7 p.m. You know this because we've hosted things together.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
really do
really boring.
I shut down in a way that it's probably my
It's when
family.
I come alive, finally.
You do.
Like,
you really
I shine.
switch.
I shine after 7 p.m.
Like, I'm shocked my family wants to do things with me at night because I think I'm a fun dad. I really do think I'm a fun dad.
Yeah.
Until 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I become just miserable.
It's shocking. It's kind of like the opposite. Like, I feel like it's shocking that you want to hang out with me in the mornings.
Because you got more fun in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Like, the kids wanted to go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All their friends have seen it.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
And it was amazing.
Really?
It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Little old baby for your kids.
Yeah, but they love Spidey, so I don't even think they'd pay attention to the story.
Like, Ella did not love it herself. She was there's so many storylines. You know how they do these multiverse things?
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I don't have a clue what's going on
She's
anymore.
like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, not that she even loves like the superhero movies the way that Liam does.
Mm-hmm,
But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a fun dad. It's summertime. We don't have to go to bed, right?
No rules.
No rules. Let's go. So we hop in the car. We go over to the Megaplex and I was just like watching the clock, starting to stress out that bedtime was coming up.
Were you sweating?
I was like, we're in line for popcorn, and I could feel myself.
The movie hadn't even started yet.
No. This was because the movie started at 6:30, so this was about 6:25.
Right.
I was changing as a human being into someone no one wanted to be around in the popcorn line at the Megaplex last night.
You were turning into like another Spider-Verse of John.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out I'm two-faced. I'm two-faced.
Oh, that's who you are.
Yeah, like I trapped them by thinking they were going to have a good time, and then I was like, yeah, because usually, if we went for like a matinee or something, like
Right.
sometime in the afternoon, I'd
Right.
be like, let's get a popcorn each. Oh, let's get some slushies. Like,
And you were like, one popcorn,
Yes,
no candy,
yes.
no soda. We can't have the
yes,
sugar.
that's exactly
Your
how
teeth will rot out.
That's exactly how I was last
Oh,
night.
you're so annoying.
And I think they were looking at me like, who is this person? Because they only really get to, because I go to bed so early, they
Right.
only know Fun Dad. They didn't realize that there's a whole other dad who's
Oh,
miserable
this,
with life.
This dad is not the one that I like.
Yes, exactly. So I'll give a better review later on with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We'll talk about movies that are coming out this weekend because there are a lot of big ones. I saw a lot of trailers for movies that look terrible, so we'll share that as well. But I thought we'll kick off the show with a quote. And since it is French Toast Fridays at the Neaters in South Jordan, breakfast is the sunrise that beams through the darkest of mornings. How's that for a quote?
Oh yeah, and I'm looking at my breakfast.
I know
right now,
you want to
and
get
I'm
over
telling you,
this.
I'm
You're
telling
like,
you,
why are we
that's
talking?
gonna be a beam of sunrise. All right, so Arnold Schwarzenegger wishes he could run for president. He says, "I think the field is open right now. It's a no-brainer. I see so clearly how I could win that election."
I remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger ran for governor of California because I
And
was
he
living
won.
in California. Oh yeah, no, and all of his big old events, everyone wanted to go because everyone wanted to see Arnold.
Right. I feel like, and we've got Trump,
Yep.
celebrity.
Yep.
If we had Arnold Schwarzenegger, celebrity, in the primaries or whatever it's
Yeah.
called together, I would be interested in.
You just
in
want
that.
a reality TV show is what you're
Well,
asking.
no,
That's what you
because
just You
we've
don't care
already-
about politics.
we've-
You just now want
Right. So
yeah.
as a society, we've
Yes.
already decided that we all like reality TV better
Right.
because of
12-week
events that have
reality TV
transpired.
show. At the end, you text in who you want.
That's what I'm
Say,
saying.
let's
And
go.
Ryan Seacrest could host it.
Change the Constitution.
Exactly. And then Ryan Reynolds, he wants to be a part of your nighttime routine, your nighttime ritual.
Go on.
Because he has a new show called Bedtime Stories with Ryan, and it's going to be streaming on Fubu.
Yeah.
Starting Tuesday.
I watched the trailer last night for it.
How was it?
And he's so good at everything he does. Like, it's so creative. It's him.
We have to remember, he's a dad of 4.
Yeah. And the trailer kind of talks about how it was with his 4th kid he realized how important sleep was.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's almost like a Pee-wee's Playhouse, but very calm. There's like
Yeah.
these sheep that are puppets in there, and then he like reads to them. This is just from the trailer that I'm getting all this, but
Wow.
it looks great.
Wow, that sounds so good. I'm going to have to watch it.
I
with
wish
my
it was on a
kids.
better streaming
Yeah,
service.
why is
and
it on Fubu?
I don't know.
What is Fubu? Do I have
I
that?
see it on my
Isn't
smart
it
TV.
free?
Oh, if so, then I'm okay.
Well, I hope it's free because then I can watch it. Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. We've been talking about Spider-Man all morning because
Yeah.
you went and saw it finally.
Yep.
I know we're late to the party, but they have a group chat called the Spider Boys.
Yes, they do.
Tom says they catch up every now and then, and he feels like he's got a bond. They've got a bond like brothers because they're all actually Spider-Man.
Well, they are.
They
They
are.
do have something.
Tobey Maguire's my Spider-Man,
Same.
but my boys, they are obsessed with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
That's like my kids. I think that's because that's generation. Although she grew up with me with Tobey Maguire, she has a huge crush on Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
So Andrew Garfield will be her
Oh,
Spider-Man.
she's just gonna choose
yeah,
that.
she has chose.
Oh,
she has
oh.
made the decision.
Got it.
Yes.
And that's what's trending.
So it's time for the John and Chantel hot topic for the day. This is just a daily poll we like to put up on our Instagram Insta story. We kind of follow through it for the whole show, and then we report back at the end where we're at. So if you're not following us on Instagram, you are missing out at Mix1051 Utah.
Okay, what is it?
A recent poll asked 8,000 people, so a good sample size, how often they re-wear socks.
Like
Do you re-wear socks?
before washing?
Yeah.
Well, I would be
Oh, you-
lying. I
oh
would be
my
lying if
gosh,
I
you
said that I
do.
didn't. So I'm not going to lie.
Ew.
But I will say it's not like I rewear socks on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'll wear my outfit, take it off. It won't make it into the laundry hamper yet. It'll get on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll need socks, and then I'll look for socks in the clean sock
Right,
drawer.
yeah.
And if it's empty, then I turn to the floor.
And you'll put them back on?
Yeah, but they can't
Ew.
be gym socks. They have
Well,
to
no,
just
of course
be
not.
like,
But something you wore throughout the day?
I'm going to be completely honest right now.
Are you re-wearing socks
I'm
right
re-wearing
now?
socks right now. Because when
I
I
am
woke
disgusted.
up this morning, I was like, oh crap, I need no-show socks. And those are the hardest to find.
Can't find the tiny ones.
I had these ones.
Okay, so
So,
you are
yes.
literally re-wearing socks
I'm
as we
actually
speak.
re-wearing socks right now. And I whatever, judge me. Cancel
I
me
am.
if you must.
I'm a smelly boy. So there's no way that I
Yeah,
can
but
re-wear socks.
I
I'm
didn't do
telling
I
you.
didn't do anything.
It doesn't matter.
Ridiculous.
I
yesterday.
could put on socks and be in bed rest for 12 hours.
What?
And I would not re-wear those socks.
Are you kidding me?
I am not even joking.
Shay,
Shay,
would you re-wear socks?
she's not a re-wearer.
Would be
either.
complete- have
There
you ever done
go.
it? She's, well, yeah, I don't prefer to do it. I'd prefer to have a brand new pair of socks every day.
33% of people say that they have never reworn socks once they've been removed. That would be me. 30%.
You've never done it. You're lying.
The feel of the sock is different.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a clean sock. It feels crunchy.
Ew. How much your feet sweat?
I'm disgusting. I told you, I'm a smelly boy.
Okay, well, my
So-
socks don't get crusty.
In fact, I have
That's
to fight Liam.
disgusting.
You know, sometimes I'll look down at Liam,
Uh-huh.
11 years old.
Yep.
I'll be like, when was the last time you changed your socks?
Oh, gosh.
And he'll be like, Monday. I'm like, it's Saturday. Like, what? How did this? You showered. I know you showered because I force you to shower
And
because
then-
you too are a smelly boy. And he puts back on the same socks. He's like, oh, I like them more because I feel like they feel worn in.
They feel worn in. It is, well, you know, that's
Disgusting.
disgusting. I get it with jeans because the first day you wear jeans, you're like,
Jeans are fine. You
it
can wear
looks
jeans
so
more than
tight.
one day.
I
They're made
can't
for
breathe.
that. Yeah.
But then, like, the next day,
Uh-huh.
you're like, okay, a little better, a little better.
Right.
And then by the end of the week, they're like a mom jean.
Yeah. Yes.
They
exactly.
go from a skinny jean to
It's
a
like,
mom
oh my
jean.
gosh.
You're like, look at all this room in my butt.
30% say they might rewear them once if they feel like they're still clean. See, other people have the
That's
feel
me.
thing.
I will rewear them if I feel like they're still clean, where I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't go to the gym.
12% say they'll rewear them only if they take a shower in the middle of the day. Why? Because they're like,
I took a shower between the 2 times I've worn these socks.
okay. 22% say socks can last multiple days. That would be Liam.
All right.
In that vote there.
And he's wrong.
And 3% of people claim that they never wash their socks. I think they're just lying. There's no way that's
There's
true.
no way. That's
There's
a
no way.
gut. You know how bad your
Yeah.
shoes would stink?
No underwear. I'll wear for like 3
Okay.
weeks of it.
No, you never can rewear underwear.
All right, go
There's
ahead
a hard pass.
and go to our Instagram at Mix1051 Utah. Let's just see how we are here in Utah compared to this national poll. If you rewear socks, again, at Mix1051 Utah. Hey, let's get to some good news.
Everyone, listen up.
Why are you yelling?
I've got some good news.
I've got some very good news.
Whoa, I definitely want to hear about that. And now,
I'll be honest, I don't have any audio, so I'm assuming
hoping.
the intro is over. It's time for some good news for this Friday. For example, there is a woman from LA who went viral on TikTok after she shared surveillance footage of a man closing her front door for her in the middle of the night. She fell asleep with her front door open, and she captioned the TikTok video, "I love humans." How do you...
I don't know.
How? Do you know how many times I check my doors?
Oh, how do you go to sleep with your front door open?
Yes.
Constantly.
Do you?
All the time. We are
gonna
an
be,
open door household.
You're going to be on 60 Minutes. I'm going to one day be listening to my Dateline podcast, and it's going to be about you.
I am going to be an unsolved mystery one day.
That's going to be solved. She left the door open. Case closed. It wasn't that hard. She allowed the intruder inside.
Well, I just wanted to make sure everybody felt like they were at home.
13 years ago, a waitress in Southern California, her name was Carrie, she had the idea to save all of her dimes from work, and the goal was to eventually use them to pay for graduation, for a graduation trip for her daughter to go to Hawaii. Well, her daughter graduated. Carrie cashed in the dimes. She had $5,665, which was enough for her and her daughter to go to Oahu for 7 days.
Whoa.
They're going next month. It's going to be their first trip to Hawaii. Dang.
That's fun.
I'm shocked between the last 10 years she was able to save dimes considering how much has gone
Considering we don't work with cash anymore.
Right, like
I have one of those like massive mason jars, like the really big one, like the gallon-sized mason jar, full of coins.
Coinstar.
Yeah.
When I see change these days, I like pick it up like it's an old relic. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
found
like, oh,
something.
wow,
Yeah, like
kids.
right, like
An
let me tell you about
artifact
this.
from the 90s.
It was like printed in 2019.
Right.
Yeah. And finally, Alabama has an official state cookie. I did not know this was a thing.
Do we have a state cookie?
No, I don't think so. So it's called the Yellow Hammer Cookie. It was created by this woman named Mary, a fourth grader from Montgomery. There was a contest to determine a state cookie. Mary won. The Yellow Hammer features 2 oatmeal cookies with peanut butter in between.
Wow.
Peanut butter oatmeal, one of my favorite combinations.
Yeah, that does sound good.
The Alabama governor just signed the law into the law this month, so it is now an official state cookie.
Wow.
So what's ours? Crumble? Chip?
It's got to be just chip or crumble.
I mean, that's not really a
What
brand.
is it? She's shaking her head at us.
Oh, the sugar cookies with the Hershey Kiss in
Oh,
the middle.
I'm fine with that. I love those.
I want like just a plain oatmeal raisin.
You're not satisfied. That's like a plain oatmeal raisin is like the cookie of Ohio.
It's more of a Midwestern
It's
cookie.
more of a Midwestern thing.
What do you think we are here in Utah?
We're West.
You know what we are? We're a cookie without flavor.
No, we're the chocolate chip.
We're shortbread cookie.
She just said we're the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey's in the middle.
I don't know. I feel like that's too much sweetness.
Oh my gosh. Well, we love sweet. Look
I
at
know.
Twig.
But right now it's time for What's Poppin'. In fact, Chantel, right after this, you continue your day. You're going to Splash Summit.
I know. I'm so excited. So French toast this morning.
Yep.
We'll get breakfast together.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to run home. I'm going to put on my swimsuit. I'm going to grab my kids. And then we're going to head down to Provo and go to Splash Summit Water Park until 2 o'clock. So from noon to 2.
And you have a link up on your Instagram page.
Yeah, it's up on I'm going to be honest.
Oh.
This link was texted to me by one of those 4-digit numbers.
Oh my gosh.
And so then I was
So
like,
this wasn't a client thing?
No,
this was just
like
something
I think
someone-
it's a deal that they're doing. Like,
Oh.
I think it's public knowledge.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting at.
All right.
They do like $5 day passes.
Yeah.
And I put the link up on my Instagram until I get canceled.
Well, go over there. She is Chantel Lauren and get your $5 link as long as it works.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see what happens.
I've used it before.
Yeah.
So
I'm emceeing this event tomorrow down in Provo. It's called Rogue World. There's like
Ooh.
12 different motivational speakers, and
That's cool.
And yeah, there's some really cool people who are going to be there. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then for Father's Day, I was told that I'm grilling for the entire family. So that's what everyone's
nice.
coming over. Yeah.
You know what we're doing for Father's
What are
Day?
you
Or
doing?
are we talking? I guess this isn't what's popular.
No,
really.
but that's okay.
We're taking my dad out dirt biking. with Boone.
Fun.
It's gonna be
Oh,
so
your son
fun.
loves dirt
I
biking
know.
too. That's going to be cool. All right, on to stuff you can do though, since that's
Yes.
What's Poppin's all about. The 7th annual Utah Blues Festival at the Galvin Center starts today, runs through tomorrow.
That's fun.
Tonight, the Utah Scottish Festival and Highland Games. I want to go here at the Utah State Fair Park. 3 full days, Scottish themed fun. There's bagpiping competitions, Highland athletics competitions,
Wow.
Highland dancing.
Wow.
Also, you can explore Scottish heritage through clan tents and vendors. The Wicked Tinkers are going to be playing. The Fiddle Preacher and the Dame of Drones.
Okay, this actually sounds really fun.
Have you ever seen any of the Highland Games? It's like
No.
where you got they wear the kilts and then they hold like a something that's as big as a telephone pole.
They do
And
the log and they like tip it over.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like they do that in Brave.
Yes, they
In the
do that
movie
in Brave.
Brave.
Yes, yes.
Are they fighting for anyone's hand in marriage?
I like to think they always are.
Okay.
Who isn't?
Right?
So that's this whole weekend. Sugar House Plaza has live music tonight.
That's fun.
Fork Fest is this weekend.
Yes, it
In American
is.
Fork. It's a 2-day music festival, 3 stages, 32 bands, vendors, and more. The Aces are playing. Friend of the show, E.J. Michaels.
He is not. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask one question too many. Does
No,
the
no.
Fork Fest do fireworks?
Yes, they do. I believe the fireworks are tonight.
Sweet.
I don't know why I'm looking at Shay as if she might know that. There's a fire show. There's a fire dancer. There's a fire whisperer. They just yell fire.
They're
a
doing
lot.
LED lights is what they're
okay.
doing.
But
That's
maybe
the
it's a drone
safest
show.
option.
There's some kind of thing that's happening in the
Okay.
evening. That's Fork Fest this weekend. There you go. That, my friends, is what's poppin'. We're doing the hot topic today, which is up on Instagram. It's our daily poll. Today we're asking if you rewear socks. Chantel does.
If you would ever. Not like it's an everyday thing.
You're doing it right now.
Okay.
You're
You're right.
What's our poll say?
44% say that they would rewear socks.
Dang.
56% say they would
You know what?
not.
That is way more split than I care to.
It is like 50.
I don't like that at all.
It's very
I am
close.
judging each and every one of you so much. You know what I appreciate about the poll though?
What,
People are being
honesty?
honest. Yeah.
I know.
Like
I
that's
know.
that's impressive. I got to get on there and move that 54
Yeah,
up some.
you know what? I
You're
haven't
gonna vote
even
for them
voted
right
yet.
now.
Yeah.
So go to our poll. We'll continue to look at it throughout today on our Instagram Insta story at Mix1051 Utah.
All right. So first, can I give a shout out to
Yeah,
one
of
of our
course.
listeners who's here in Neaters?
Yeah.
Jenny Wilson. She is Miss Utah plus America. And she is headed to nationals in Houston in a few weeks, and she needs like votes for a cover girl competition.
Done.
So I'm going to put the link up
Done.
on our Instagram page.
Yes.
So all you have to do is go to Instagram story, and then you can vote.
Okay.
But also, like, that's so cool.
That is so awesome. So we need your help. We need to vote Jenny in. So go to our Instagram. Give us a few minutes because we got to finish this break. We'll take a photo. We'll post it.
Yes.
So I'd say about 10 minutes from now.
Okay, perfect. We'll
Head
have the
over,
link up.
Yeah, to at Mix1051 Utah, and we'll show you what to do there.
All right, so Father's Day, it's this weekend.
So yes.
So I've got some things that you might not know about Father's Day.
Oh, all right.
So it's written as Father's apostrophe, like Father apostrophe S Day.
Right, because it's the dad's day.
Yeah, with the apostrophe after the R. We normally just forget the apostrophe.
So we're writing it as if it's plural, like there's many fathers.
Like
Many Father's
the
Day.
creators wanted it to be Father's Day with the apostrophe after the S.
Okay.
But Congress put the apostrophe after the R when they made it a holiday.
Perfect. Whatever. That's fine.
Isn't that? Could you imagine? Happy Father's Day.
Fatheresses.
It was first proposed by a woman from Washington State named Sonora Dodd. Created Mother's Day for dads,
So was Mother's Day first, and then later
Yeah.
dads were an afterthought?
and then they held the first Father's Day on July 19th, 1910.
Oh, it's been happening for over 100 years now.
Father's Day is the 4th most popular holiday for greeting cards, behind Christmas,
Uh-huh.
Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
Mother's
Mother's
Day,
Day.
Father's Day.
What else would you do one for? Do you do Halloween cards?
Well,
do you do?
no, I don't typically do a Halloween
I know. I'm
card.
trying to think what other cards.
Wait,
the fourth-
trick or treat, here's a card.
Here's a greeting card from Hallmark. It's more than the candy.
Wow, that would be the most
so
expensive
I
Halloween
told you before.
ever.
I have so many moms that Mother's Day for me, I have to get a loan out every year. I have to
Yes.
take a loan from my house to pay for the Mother's Day cards.
Oh, I believe it.
It is
I
so
believe it 'cause
expensive.
you have so
I have
many moms.
so many moms.
What is the official flower of Father's Day? Do you know?
I do. It's the poinsettia.
That's Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
No, the official flower of Father's Day is the rose, the red rose. John,
Huh.
it's supposed to signify that your father is living. Now, if you do a white rose, it would mean that your father has passed.
Are we supposed to wear these on our lapel on Father's Day, or how do I let
I
people know
think
about
apparently,
this?
well, if you're
If I'm wearing a lapel?
if you're wearing a lapel on Father's Day with a white rose, we're going to be like, but you're still here. But I guess it means your father.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just never heard that before.
Me either. We should start that. It's another reason to buy something.
I also don't own anything with a lapel.
Well,
So that's the
you're-
first problem.
Hold on. The guy who wants to wear a suit.
I do. I want to be fancy so
He
bad.
wants to wear suits to work so
I do.
bad. And I'm like, we work in morning radio.
I
And
know.
he's like, I know. You don't even have anything with the lapel.
No. In fact, I'm hosting that thing tomorrow, and I'm like, I don't have like a suit jacket to wear.
All right. Well,
it's embarrassing.
we're done with this. Father's Day's on Sunday.
I mentioned how when you come here, if you don't say hi to us, I just stare at you because I don't know how to act. And Amy came by, who was sitting over in this corner, and she's like, "You're right, you do stare at people." And I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to make myself seem warm and welcoming because I don't know who's just here at Neaters having
But you
French-
just stare. You could like stare and throw a smile.
No, I just like I almost like do this like
You
glare.
get like, it's like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, and I don't know how to like interact with them.
Right.
And unless you say like, "Hey, I listen to the show," then I know socially what to do.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you know me.
Right, then we can have this conversation. So she came by at the end and she's like, "You are creepy." So that was good. Also, thanks to Steve, who came by and said hi. Raymond, it's just been such a blast.
Yeah, this has been so fun.
So Father's Day is Sunday.
Yes.
And I was thinking, let's do this today for Father's Day. Share with us your one time my dad blank. So what's that sort of like, oh my gosh, one time my dad. And then, whatever it is. 844-649-1051. I'll start. My dad, he's was a police officer, but he did
Right.
construction on the side. One time my dad fell off the roof that he was working on,
Oh my gosh.
landed in a tarp. He was working by himself and had to lay there until I came home from school to help him out.
Oh my god.
I was coming home from school and I like he was working on our roof at the time and I heard, "Hey," I'm like, "Yeah, Dad,
Dad, you okay?
over here." Like, how did you get there? Fell off the roof. I'm fine. Help me out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
I don't have any memories like that with my dad.
your dad didn't tumble off roofs, or
No, like my dad's a silly guy. Like he's funny.
Yeah.
But the memories like of my dad that I always like hold and cherish are like the moments where I'm like, man, you're like the best dad ever.
Yeah.
Like when one time my dad drove me across the state of Texas to audition for American Idol when I was in high school.
That is your one time my dad story,
Right, or
I think
like-
it's such a great story.
One time, this is similar to like Liam and Ella right now. One time when I was 10 years old, my dad bought a domain name because he wanted to make sure I had ChantelLauren.com when I grew up. Because he knew. He was like,
Oh,
she's
my
going to
gosh.
need this. Like one time my
That's
dad,
cool.
like that's so, like, I don't know. My
That's
dad's, I am his
awesome.
number one fan. He's mine.
So we want to hear your one time my dad story since Father's Day is Sunday. You could text us. You can't call us. We're broadcasting live from Neaters, but we got the text. And this text says, "One time I asked my dad to rent the Notebook for me for the good old family video up the street." Remember everyone had a family video back in the day.
Right.
He rented Nacho Libre because he could only remember it started with an N.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
One time, yeah, sure. One time my dad's farts smelled so bad my dog threw up. We still tell the story. I'm sorry for everyone having breakfast here. This was a few years back, but my dad really got into my special brownies.
Yeah, he did.
The only way I know this is because I woke up in the middle of the night to him putting baby socks on my dog.
Oh my gosh.
His only statement was, "Dogs shouldn't have cold feet."
Oh my god.
Listen, look at him. He cared about the
His
little puppy.
feet are cold.
Yeah. My kids are listening at home on like our Alexa.
Uh-huh.
And Ella reminded me one time my dad wrote down my wrong birthday at the hospital. Have I ever told you this story?
What? No.
So Ella had really bad a spider bite that got infected and had MRSA in it.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to take her to have it drained. And we went there to the children's hospital, and I wrote the wrong birthday down.
Oh no.
They printed a wristband, gave it to her. I looked at it and said, "Looks right to me."
Oh
Took a
my
photo
gosh.
of Jen to show her how good of a dad I'm being.
Oh no.
And she's like, "That's not our daughter's birthday."
Oh my gosh.
We still have billing issues because
Really?
of, yeah.
Oh, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
This text says, my dad was a fireman and picked me up from school in a fire engine once.
Okay, that is so cool.
How do you beat that?
You never can. Coolest dad ever.
This text says, one day my dad answered the door in his underwear at 8 a.m. The salesman was obviously weirded out. After he left, my mom was mortified, asked why he did that. My dad said, if these people don't want a show, don't come for the matinee.
Oh,
That's like the family story they share.
oh my gosh.
We're doing your one time my dad stories. One time we went to Universal Studios and my dad took me on the Hulk roller coaster, even though he knew it would make him sick. I was afraid of coasters at that point, and he sacrificed himself because I knew I would never go on the ride without him. When we got off, his face was colorless. His stomach was done working correctly for the rest of the day. But I loved roller coasters after that.
Oh, that is the cutest story.
That's a good dad.
That's a good dad.
One time, my older brother and I were helping my dad cut down some trees in the backyard. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I want to start this one over. I was reading ahead there. One time, my older brother and I were helping my dad cut down some trees in the backyard, and the chainsaw kind of stuck. My dad yanked it out a little too hard and hit my brother's leg. We all froze and looked at his jeans, which had 4 or so perfectly spaced holes, but no blood. He managed to hit my brother's pants, but didn't get it in far enough to hit flesh. The next words out of his mouth were pretty obvious. Don't tell your mother.
Oh my gosh. How lucky. How lucky.
Oh my, could you imagine? Oh my
No,
gosh.
I couldn't imagine.
I know, that's why I had to restart because I'm like, wait, I saw chainsaw. I was
Right,
like, oh no.
what?
Here's a good one. One time, my dad literally took candy from a baby. A 2-year-old once held up a lollipop, and my dad assumed the kid was giving it to him. After taking it and walking away, he realized the toddler was probably just trying to show it to him.
Oh my gosh. Let's do it. Let's talk what's trending. All right, we know John went to the movies last night, and
Yes.
he was super lame, he says. But there's actually a lot of new movies coming out this weekend. Elemental, the new Disney movie.
Oh, I saw the trailer last night for
I know,
this.
it looks so good, right? Really?
I don't, you know what it looks like to me?
Soul. And you hated Soul.
Oh, I hated Soul. No, it looks like Zootopia.
Zootopia.
It's like the same thing, but they got rid of animals and they moved in elements.
All right.
And they're like, oh, this was Fire Town. That's the same as Safari Town. Or what? Like, it's the same movie. They just, Disney's gotten lazy.
Okay, you do realize that everything in life is just a wash, rinse, and repeat, right?
Yeah. No, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, incredible.
Oh, really?
Incredible.
Liam, was it incredible?
There you
okay,
go.
Liam says it was incredible.
incredible.
Fine. Ella, was it incredible? She
didn't
didn't
like it,
understand,
no.
so me and Ella get it. All right, other movies out this weekend, The Flash.
So this is DC Comics. They are hoping that this saves the franchise.
Really?
Yes. I think the only thing people are going to go see this movie for is the fact that there's a Michael Keaton cameo. It's not a spoiler. It's already out there. Don't be mad
Right.
at me about that. That people want to see him back as Batman. There's a lot of drama surrounding Ezra Miller.
Oh.
And their issues over the last few years. I don't know. We'll see how this movie does this week, and I think Warner Brothers is freaking out.
Okay. And then Shooting Doves. I've not heard anything
I
about
don't
this
know what
movie.
that means.
It's another movie out this weekend.
Okay.
So that'll be exciting. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, he wishes he could run for president.
Yeah.
He thinks that the field is open right now, and it's a no-brainer that he could see how he could clearly win in an election.
I thought The Rock was going to run.
You know what?
Remember when they were like talking about how he was going to run for
I know.
president?
Here's what I want. I want The Rock. I want Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I want Trump. And that's what I want for our election this next time.
We talked about
I'd like
this
it to be
before.
more entertaining.
Let's get rid of politics because it's too divisive. And this is what we do: we turn it into an American Idol kind of format.
And Ryan Seacrest hosts.
Ryan Seacrest hosts it. We pick 5 of our favorite celebrities, and we just have them for 12 weeks compete, and we text in who we want, and then that's our president for
Yep,
4 years.
and
Why not?
I think that would just work better.
I mean, at this point,
At this point,
let's
it's
just
already
do
a
it.
zoo.
Right, exactly.
You know what's also cool? Live Nation and SeatGeek have committed to all-in pricing. So that means that they will disclose the full price of your ticket up front, including all the fees.
I like this.
I love this.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know, when I buy a $25 ticket, in my head I go, oh, it's 42. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like it
double.
almost doubles.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, okay, my ticket's $42.
Yeah,
You know
stop
what
telling me
saying?
I'm buying a $20 cheap seat when really it's $50.
Right, exactly. So I think that's super cool that they've committed to it. I can't wait for it to actually start happening.
Now what I like to see after all-in pricing, cheaper prices.
Right.
Can't I mean,
I get it, Taylor Swift. You can sell a $1,200 floor seat. Awesome.
yeah.
I can't afford it.
No.
You know?
These Aerosmith tickets I paid for, I've told you,
Right.
I'm going to have to start selling my blood
Well,
to pay off
they've opened a lot of plasma centers. so
I know. I'm going to have to do 3 in one day.
I'm gonna have to start stopping in.
Right, exactly.
And that's
Live from Neaters in South Jordan, it is French Toast Friday. $5 French Toast if you want to come by and say hi. We're going to be here until 10. And speaking of food, our buddy from SLC Foodie on Instagram, Chase, on the phone. What up, Chase?
Hey, how you doing?
You got our conversation brought to you by Moochie's. Moochie's, famous for their authentic Philly cheesesteak and handmade meatballs, but they also have great salads and cold sandwiches. Try their jumpin' jalapeno sauce, which is great on everything. Dude, Father's Day's this weekend.
Yes, I got a spot too. Perfect for Father's Day.
Hit us with it. What area is it?
So it's called Garage Grill.
Yes.
They got 2 locations, one in Harriman, one in Draper. In this spot, you're literally dining with like exotic cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Corvettes, you name it. Formula One race cars.
It's like the dad spot.
Yeah, if your dad's a car guy, this is the spot to take him.
So I go to the one in Draper. It's close to my house there because it's right off of 123rd and about 13th East. But I've driven by the one on in Harriman. That place looks huge.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot bigger, a lot more cars. They have a couple Formula One cars actually like anchored to the wall vertically.
Oh gosh, that's cool. So what do you get when you go there?
Yeah, so brunch, so Dad's a peanut butter jelly guy. They got this Mystery Machine fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's like the best thing I've ever had in my life. And you can add vanilla ice cream with it, so like dessert for breakfast.
So, yeah, I was just going to ask, is it a breakfast, a lunch? Like, when do you get a fried PB&J? Is that an after-dinner snack?
Well, it's on their brunch menu.
Okay.
I think it is on their dessert menu, too, but I got it for brunch.
Sounds good. Also at brunch, they have that the smoked avocado toast. Isn't that's right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it there.
Yeah, so they got this smoked salmon. They do it in-house, and then it's avocado toast. But every time I get avocado toast, it's, like one piece.
Yeah.
They give you 3 pieces, so it's filling.
We're talking about Garage Grill, brunch for dad. Don't forget, Father's Day is Sunday. One more thing. If they're wandering around trying to figure out, all right, I guess I'm going to go to Garage Grill. What can I get for dad during brunch?
Huevos Rancheros. That's
Yes.
perfect. It's kind of got a Mexican spin on it. Got a tostada, pico de gallo, the beef, everything. Very good.
I love that idea. All right, so that's Garage Grill. If someone's looking for something different, though, for dad, what's another place they can go to?
Yeah, so this spot just opened up in Orem. It's called Pier 8 Cajun Seafood, and it's a seafood boil. So, you come to your table in a bag mixed with everything that you want, and they just drop it on the table, and you dig in.
Yum. I love these kind of places. There's a similar place that's over in West Valley that we used to go to from time to time. So this one's in Orem. It's called Pier 8 Cajun Seafood and Bar. Is there a specific boil, or is it just kind of like you get the bag and it is what it is?
Yeah, so you can order whatever you want. You can build your own bag. They have pre-made bags. But you name it, they got it. Mussel, shrimp, lobster, crab, sausage, corn, eggs. I mean, gosh, I could go on and on and on.
There you go. So if you're looking for something for Saturday or Sunday, Chase has got you covered with SLC Foodie. Of course, today we're hanging out at the Neaters in South Jordan. And Chase, if someone wants to follow you on Instagram, on Facebook, what's the best way to do so?
Yeah, SLC Foodie on Instagram and TikTok, and Salt Lake Foodie on Facebook.
How about some more good news?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, for one thing, there's an artist in the UK named Tosh Fructu who has been going up and down city streets offering to paint houses for free.
Oh.
So she uses a different bright color for every house, so it makes the streets look like rainbows. I want to show you kind of what they look like here. So like you can see like a street view of all these houses with different colors. It's kind of cool.
That is cool.
It's also increasing the home values by 30%.
I believe it, because think about like places like Charleston or San Francisco where they have like those fun, cute houses. Like it attracts people. It's cool.
I think it only works if everyone in the neighborhood.
But
leans
everyone
in.
has to do it. It can't just be one house.
If you have one house, you look like that. Like there's a weird house in
like
West Valley.
like the Up House in Harriman.
Like
even though it's super cool, it's like the creative, colorful house in a neighborhood of normal houses.
Yeah, exactly. There's also one in West Valley that's painted like BYU blue.
Oh, yes.
And it stands out completely from all the other ones. There's a woman from LA who went viral on TikTok because she shared surveillance footage of a man closing her front door for her in the middle of the night. The guy was just walking by, saw this front door open. It was like midnight, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to close this so no one gets murdered tonight." And she's like, "Isn't that nice?" I'm like, "Wait a minute. Who doesn't check their door 17 times before going to
don't.
sleep?"
I sometimes don't check it at all.
Honestly, like, I'll lay in bed, get back up, go back downstairs, and check it again.
That's insane.
I think
Too
it
much
has to do with
energy.
all the murder podcasts.
Probably.
I think the podcasts have finally gotten to me, and it's not healthy.
There was somebody murdered in my neighborhood last year, and I still don't lock my door all the time.
There was someone murdered in your neighborhood last year?
There was somebody murdered, a family murdered in my neighborhood last
my
year.
gosh.
And then there was also a husband who was keeping his wife kidnapped in the
I
basement
remember you
with two
sharing
children.
that story on air. You live in a neighborhood of horror.
I do, but
You,
it looks
like-
like a perfect neighborhood.
Right, that's what happens. You know what? You're like Sunnyvale in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes.
You're on top of the Hellmouth.
Yes.
And a lot of evil stuff happens in your neighborhood.
It's so true.
And finally, congratulations to Alabama for getting an official state cookie. It's called the Yellowhammer Cookie, created by a fourth grade student named Mary from Montgomery. There was a contest to determine the state cookie, like how we just did with the state flag.
Right.
Mary won. The Yellowhammer features 2 oatmeal cookies with peanut butter filling in between the 2 oatmeal cookies.
Oh, that sounds good.
I know, we need to do this for Utah. First, we need to see
We
if
really
Utah
do.
has one.
Yeah, I wonder what is the Utah State cookie? We've heard that it's the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss.
I know we've talked about it before, how some people in the governor's office listen to us. Someone go find Governor Cox.
Yeah.
And tell
John
him-
and I want to host the
Yes.
Utah's cookie.
Yeah, we
Debate.
we don't ever want to do anything political because that's not who we are. But we're really passionate about cookies.
We are.
Like this is something I can throw my hat into.
I can really get involved.
Right, exactly that, my friends, is some good news. Hey, I'll let you go in a second. I got to give you first your pickup line at 9.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Hey, girl,
Hey.
are you breakfast?
No, I had breakfast.
Because I need you to start my day.
Okay.
Come on for French Toast Friday.
That's a good one.
I
That's a
thought
good
that
one.
was
Yeah,
a
I
good
love it.
one. I
Yeah.
like that one.
What's poppin'?
What's Poppins, where we tell you all the fun stuff going down today, like you hanging out at Splash
I know.
Summit.
I'm going to be at Splash Summit from 12 to 2. If you have a pass,
Mm-hmm.
meet me there. If you don't, pick up a day ticket. I have a link on my Instagram.
Which is She Is Chantel Lauren.
It's on my story.
I'm emceeing an event tomorrow with Rogue World, and there's like 11 or 12 motivational speakers. It's going on from like 10 to 7. It's just like
Super cool.
full day thing. I'm looking forward to just sitting there. It's a bunch of entrepreneurs. Like,
Yeah, that'll be
I'm like,
fun.
let's go. Teach me so I can.
Well, it's like to be better, like be in a room full of
Yeah.
people who have been through stuff that can share their
Yes.
experiences.
Exactly. Also, the 7th annual Utah Blues Festival at the Gallivan Center starts today, runs through tomorrow. Tonight, this is the fun thing. In fact, I'm thinking about taking the family here tonight. The Utah Scottish Festival and Highland Games are at the Utah State Fair Park. 3 days full of Scottish-themed fun watching, like bagpiping or Highland athletics competitions, Highland dancing competitions. There's heritage groups that are going to be there. Performances by the Wicked Tinkers.
Oh yeah.
I know you had a poster of the Wicked Tinkers up
I
in your
did,
yeah.
I did.
The Fiddle Preacher and the Dame of Drones also. And Zach corrected me earlier. It's called the caber toss. The caber toss is where you have that big old piece of wood,
Yes.
and it looks like it's as tall as a phone.
How do we get you involved in this so I can watch you epically fail?
What about this body makes you think I could even lift?
No,
one?
that's why I
Oh.
want to watch. I think I'd have a better chance of lifting up a piece of wood.
I'm
and
pretty sure.
flipping
Yeah.
it over.
If I try to lift one of this up, my innards would come out. Like it would not be a.
It would not be a sight.
It would not be a sight for people to see. Sugar House Plaza has live music tonight. Fork Fest is this weekend in American Fork. It's a 2-day music festival, 3 stages, 32 bands, vendors, and more. The Aces are performing. Friend of the show, EJ Michaels from The Voice, is going to be there
I
as
love
well.
that.
Yeah, Fork Fest is going to be fun. And don't forget, Father's Day is happening on Sunday. This is your friendly reminder to go to Hallmark and get that card. Let's leave with a fun fact, things that make you go, So French toast, since it is French Toast Friday, got its name in the 1700s by an innkeeper.
Okay.
His name was Joseph French,
Oh, wait, it has nothing
and
to
he
do
meant
with
to call it
France?
French's toast, apostrophe S.
Uh-huh.
But he left out the S on his advertisements,
Oh, my gosh.
and that's how he got French toast.
I truly believed it came from France.
Well, it's like this bread that used to be made for years, but it wasn't branded as anything until this innkeeper in the 1700s.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
That's so cool.
That does it for us. Chantel, have fun at Splash Summit
Hey,
Water
I will.
Park.
We're heading to Splash Summit. We're going to be
Shay,
there till 2.
12 to 2, right?
Yep,
Shay,
12 to
thanks
2.
for helping out here. Appreciate it. Zach, you're the man keeping us live on the radio.